The NijiGaku anime coming out October 3rd, many of us are excited what the new anime will be able to bring to the table. We all await to see the girls in motion and what new songs that are coming. NijiGaku is supposed to be different than Muse and Aqours, so it is an opportunity to see how they can change things up. I've compiled a list of 10 things I want to be implemented into this anime. I'm not saying that not having these will result in a disappointment, but it is a list of things I would love to see be implemented. Even if only a few of these things will get added, I will still be pretty happy, but once again, it's not an end-all be-all kind of list. First, NijiGaku has been releasing a lot of songs since 2018. Most girls have 3 solo songs, and there are currently 4 group songs. I would love for the solo songs to be implemented into anime in some way. Having all of them just won't work because there's too many of them, but they could perhaps pick their favorites and use those as intro songs, fully anime dances, or alternate ending themes. A lot of anime have a special ending theme which is often correlated to the main girl for that episode. Perhaps they could do something similar to that. For example, let's say when Sensen decides to join the group, then we can have her follow that by performing Trace as either an insert song, fully animated, or just an alternate ending theme. That is just one idea. Maybe it'll just be an insert song that'll just play for a short few seconds while the girls are talking, kind of like what you might see with Rise of Saint Snow, so perhaps that might be the case. But any level implementation would be nice to give a little shout out to all the other songs that they have. 2. One thing that I immediately asked is, how does Shiriko play into the anime? I figured she wasn't shown in the anime teaser for spoiler reasons, but we have a good idea of what will happen. But how is the anime going to handle adding new members? Is Shiriko the only one going to be added, or is there going to be more? It will be pretty cool for someone to join the group that we actually don't know of as of right now. Perhaps Haruka, which is Kanata's younger sister? Or perhaps it could be someone else. Only time will tell. I just think it would be pretty cool if there will be members that will just join without any of us knowing, because a lot of us already kind of have an idea of what's going to happen, so kind of being, in the dark for everyone would be cool to have. 3. With Love Live Sunshine, they really started to promote the rival group. I can't help but wonder what would happen in the future anime series. Saint Snow has gotten their first single as well as a PV. Will there be a rival group in this series? And if so, how will it be implemented? I don't think it's necessary for there to be a rival group, but I think there should probably be one. I think it brings good tension into the anime. And if they do get one, hopefully that gets support. I don't want there to be another Arise, which only got 2 songs. I'm not asking them for them to get 10 songs per season. That would always be too much, and the focus should be solely on the girls in NijiGaku. But having them get more support, to closer to what Saint Snow had, would be pretty great. Perhaps a single or 2, and at least having 1 animation would be great for the rival group. 4. A huge part of the anime is getting a whole lot of new songs with great animation. That should be given that the anime will have new songs, but how many? School Out Project Season 1 had 9 new songs, and 10 if you can count Boku no Life Kingdom to the Life, because they redone that animation for having that song with the PV to the anime. And then 11 I guess if you want to count the OVA, but that's not really part of Season 1. Love Live Sunshine Season 1 had 9 new songs, but then the first group song was Kimi no Kokoro wa Kagaya Durukai, which is actually in Season 2, so eventually that will be implemented. So it's possible for us to get around 10 new songs depending on if they want to do more or less. Only time will tell how many songs we will get though. Both anime had the first group song being animated in the anime, so it's likely Tokimeki Runners will be in the anime in some way, shape, or form. So that could be one of the songs that don't be included part of the 10, but maybe there will be more than that. And then I guess there's also a chance for Miai Harmony, as that also has the anime style for that PV, so that could also be a possible choice. 5. As we know, Yu is going to be in the anime, but the question is, what is her role and will she perform songs in the future? We have a decent idea of what her role will be because of the game Love Live Squad Festival All-Stars. There may be more to it of course, but I'm more interested in seeing if Yu will sing. She has sang in songs before, which I covered in the previous video, so we know she can do it. But the question is, will she? I would like for her to perform at least 1 or 2 songs. She doesn't have to have as much as the main girls because the focus are primarily on them, but having a special episode with a special song would be great to see for you and her potential fans. 6. This was just a quick one, but basically, I don't want the save the school plotline. You already did it twice, just don't do it again. That applies to Superstar, but that's not what this video is about. I get that school closing down can serve as a motive for the girls to succeed, but you know, there could be other motives. Nijigaku is supposed to be different, and to have a same major plot point will be incredibly uncreative and disappointing. I'm aware that the game All-Stars has a foundation of a story, but maybe they want to change it for some reason and to throw that in as a later plot point. That would be really ridiculous. So I really hope they are not going to do that again. They might apply that to the club if they are going to follow closer to the All-Star storyline, so I guess it's kind of different. But again, we just don't want to see too much repetition here, which is a big and often repeated criticism of Sunshine. 7. One of the nice things about Love Live Sunshine is that it does some callbacks to School Idol project. It isn't that plentiful, and nor do we get to see Muse in any big facet, but it's still appreciated. It's just a little extra fan service for the fans of the older series. We'll be able to really appreciate that. Focus should be fully on the new girls, so we shouldn't be really relying on the callbacks to really make this a decent show. But a few snippets of the older girls will be nice to see. Example is that we know Yu loses to Maki in a contest, so that could be a nice flashback. I'm not sure how that's going to be fitting in the timeline. Perhaps we could see the older version of the girls doing something. Maybe they have a discussion and talk to them or something like that. It doesn't have to be anything that big, but having a little kind of shout out to them would be really cool to have. 8. Visiting other areas is really exciting. In Love Live Sunshine's movie Over the Rainbow, we get to see Italy due to Mari being a part Italian. It's really fun to see so many nice areas. What if they could bring that into this anime? Maybe we could get a look at Emma's home, or you know, Switzerland as a whole. They could also have us look at where the normal girls came from. By that I mean, you know, Shizuku came from the Serian High School, Kanata Konoe came from the Shiononome Institute, and of course Emma, she came from the YG International Academy. So maybe we can get a look at those schools or something. 9. Subunits aren't really a thing in the anime. When it comes to subunits, they occasionally reach a single, but it's never really referenced in the anime series. Yes, technically there was that camping episode for Love Live School Project where they decided to group up and separate as to subunits, so I guess that's a thing. But that's about as most as they will ever go for that. But it would be really cool if we were able to see the girls interact more into subunits. I think it could bring a very interesting and new dynamic to the girls, and perhaps you can even have some of the subunit songs in there. Perhaps you can drop the subunit songs in the anime itself, and that would just be really cool and a great way to promote the subunits in the anime. I just think it would be able to add some little new elements here and to have more love for subunits. 10. The last thing is the length of the anime series as a whole. The amount of episodes per season is usually around 13, and we generally get 2 seasons and a movie, and of course there are a very amount of PVs as well. It would be great if they were to get able to expand that to 3 seasons. As we know, Love Live has been very successful, so I think they can really do that. The question is if they are willing to do that. I don't know if that's exactly very likely to happen, and maybe on this list it's the least likely to happen, but Love Live has surprised me with the amount of content they pumped out this year, so who knows, perhaps they are still filled with a bunch of surprises coming down the road. It would also be awesome if the time before season was shorter, but I don't think that's something they can really help with. I think they should take their time and make quality content, so if it had to wait a bit longer, then so be it. If anything, I would also like to see some more anime PVs like what they did with School Project and Sunshine, as School Project had 7 total right now, but 5 before the anime, and then Sunshine has 5 total right now, or 2 before the anime. So NijiGaku currently has 3 or 4 if you want to count the PV to promote All-Stars. So they could have more, which would be nice, especially if they're going to do that in between anime. So that would be really cool, but also, of course, they have a lot of anime dances All-Stars, so it's kind of understandable if that doesn't happen. All in all, I just want there to be plentiful content for all to enjoy. If there's going to be a movie after 1 or 2 seasons, that would also be really great to see as well. And of course, we also have Superstar, so even if that doesn't happen, we still got even another anime series after that. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to in this anime. There is a lot that can be done here, and the fact that the project is very different from the main series can breed so many unique and fun opportunities. These ideas don't necessarily have to be implemented in the first season, but having most ideas eventually implemented would make me overjoyed. So what ideas did I miss? What are you guys looking forward to the most? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.